Hello, it's Pam Gockley with the Camel Project. I'm here today. I'm so excited to introduce you to Cami. Cami is a yoga, she's much more than a yoga instructor. She teaches meditation. She talks about uh, doing things on outside on a paddleboard. There's just a whole array of things she does. But she is owner of Aqua OM Paddle, and we'll give you that contact information at the end. So through the Belly program, the Building a Long-Term Love for Yourself, part of self-care and self-regulation and self-awareness is about really looking at yourself and understanding when you need some support. But there's some ways that you can support yourself, and there's some ways you can support yourself and nobody knows about. So I'm excited to have Cami on board to give us a demonstration on just one of the things that you can do. And I would invite you to contact her at a later date for a more in-depth. This is just a very, very short and a very, very short, a very small thing that you can do through self-awareness and self-regulation. So Cami, thank you for being on, and I want you to talk to our people and help people live through this very stressful time.
So thanks for the introduction, Pam. Like she said, my name is Cami. I own Aqua OM Paddle, and I'm going to teach you today diaphragmatic breath. So that's a big fancy word for how we're supposed to breathe. The diaphragmatic breath is how we breathe when we are born. If you've ever watched a baby, you can look at their belly and you can see it rise and fall with each breath. But as that baby grows up and goes through school and gets a job and has all the stresses that come along with life, we begin to change how we breathe. We constrict our breath, we tense up. So in addition to it not helping us breathe, that sends messages to our body telling them to be on the defense, to protect ourselves, tighten up. And it adds an increase of cortisol to our bodies, which increases even more stress. So this is going to help you kind of relax, reground, regulate yourself so you can move forward with whatever you're doing, whatever task you're doing, wherever you're focusing on. So I always recommend to, whether you're seated or standing, you can do this in any position, but just try to pay attention to your spine, keeping it long. A lot of times we tend to hunch over our computer or over our phone. So just try to put the shoulders on top of the hips and just relax them down. Now I want you to put your hands on your belly, both of them, and just close your eyes. Take a few breaths and try to keep them in and out of your nose. Keep the mouth closed. Now just notice when you inhale, are the hands on your belly moving? Or are they still and the chest is rising and falling? It's okay if the chest is rising and falling. That's probably most of us when we're not paying attention to how we breathe. So to transition to diaphragmatic breath, as you inhale through the nose, see if you can pull that oxygen all the way down to your belly and let the belly fill up like a big balloon. The hands will move away from you. Now, as you exhale through the nose, take your belly button and pull it towards your spine, kind of like you're sucking in your stomach. So continue doing that, just inflating. Fill the belly up. Exhale, deflate. Pull the belly in. So as you're doing this, you may notice you transition right to that chest breathing and you lose the rhythm. So just try to keep yourself focused on that slow in through the body, inflate the body. Out through the body, deflate the body. Listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe you can notice the air rushing down and up inside your throat. And if you're feeling a little stressed or anxious about a certain topic, When you exhale, make your exhale louder than those thoughts that are trying to distract you. One thing you could do is to count how many seconds you inhale. It might be 4, it might be 5 seconds. And then see if you can match your exhale to the same amount of seconds. Nice long breath in. Nice long breath out. Keep doing this. Maybe pull your awareness to your face. Are you squeezing your eyes? Are you clenching your jaw? If so, see if you can relax them a bit more. So that's it. That's diaphragmatic breath. There's nothing hard to do. This is very natural for us to do it. We just have to take the time and focus on ourselves for a few moments. So that was about 1.5 minutes, and I think everyone can spare 1.5 minutes in their day, probably a couple of times a day, just to give yourself a little self-care. So thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you, Cami, for that information and how to practice this and to do this. We're bringing you this information as part of the Belly program because we really think self-care includes self-awareness as well as self-regulation. So right there, when you're at the grocery store, like I was last night, nobody was breathing, and including me. So I think it's important that we take care of ourselves. It doesn't take long, and I'm suspecting once you start doing this, it becomes easier and you don't even really think about the process. So I want to thank Cami from Aqua OM Paddle, and I will include the information if you want more information from her. She is doing online yoga classes, which are much more than 1.5 minutes. But please take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you on the Belly program. Thank you.